Many people plant trees and different things in their gardens, and they do it in their own backyard. They like to plant, like fruits and vegetables and fruit trees and herbs and different things in their garden to where they can consume them later. This is done, and they don't have to spend a lot of money on these commodities that they need to purchase normally to eat, allowing them to have the trees, to where they can continue to reproduce themselves for month after month, day after day, in some cases year after year. In certain times of the year, and year after year, as they continually do that, they can continually to reap the fruits of their labor or their forefathers' labor who have planted before them, to where they can enjoy those fruits of what is being born from those trees. The same as our enemies. Our enemies has found fruit and put it on fertile ground, and they have planted that fruit in his garden, and they cultivated that ground to produce fruit week after week, month after month, year after year. Some locations are better than others. However, the gold and silver in the United States is not gold or silver. They can harvest over $1.2 trillion every year from which was planted, which was the knowledge and understanding from their forefathers, which they have done years ago. Some misused their misfortunes, then they demeaned it, they beat it, they raped it, they hung it, they burned it, they killed them. However, the ground continually produced the fruit week after week, month after month, year after year. All from an investment that was made of their forefathers a few hundred years ago. I'm Elder Michael Johnson with the Lost Sheep of Israel, and we want to welcome you to the King James Bible University. However, we're going to look at this, being eaten alive. Many people think that it's not true, but through precepts, we're going to find out exactly what is true and what is not true. Because we've been eaten alive today for the past couple of 100 years. And we need to understand exactly what is happening. Because we are not who we think we are. This is our problem. But we right now is being fruit of the world, to which they consume of us and consume our flesh. So they eat of us so they can survive. Being vampires, as we would say. Let's look at this. Deuteronomy 28:32. It says, and thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another. See that? Wait, be given. Keep that in mind. Given. See, given is also being done freely. Into another people. And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. And what this is saying, we are trained even today to give our sons and daughters to our enemies. This is the land we're in. And it's not by force, but we give it willingly. And having no might or power in our hand to retrieve from our enemies, which was given. Understand what is happening. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So we are planted in the land of our enemies, which we know not. They press us like grapes in a wine press yearly. We labor in our own fields and as a nation, and they eat of our labors. They even put us there to where we have continually built much, and we always reap very little. But we're the fruit of their labor. We're the fruit that we was placed to produce for them year after year. Goes on more. Let's look at something. It says, so thou shalt be mad in the sight of thy enemies, which thou shalt see. So we're upset because we cause ourselves, but then to them, we're the entertainment. See, so thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. So we're mad with the sight of our eyes because we're the entertainment. And from them, we entertain them. So as they eat of us, we also are required to entertain them. Meaning what? We in the boxing rings, and many people think they get paid for it very well, but you actually pay peanuts compared to what they're reaping from us killing one another. Many of us, they sit there and look at some of the wealth that boxers have made in boxing and look at it as a great thing, but you don't look at the ones who's in the back on what they're actually reaping. See, then you have us entertaining them in basketball. We entertain them in football and other sports. While they reaping billions, they'll pay some of them millions. All are not more than a short-term career of entertaining them for their enjoyment. Many after entertaining for a frame period of time, and then it's less than 1% that is smart enough to invest that they could survive in their later years. And many return even from the field from which they came and cultivate another for a larger harvest to reap later millions more for them. Meaning this, they'll put famous people back in the community from which they came and let the younger see them to where they can see them, they can touch them, they can feel them, they can speak with them. To what? To motivate that seed to grow and germinate to where they can make more and put him back into the system to which he can perform even better, stronger, faster. Teaching him to prepare himself to be put up on that stage to perform in that way. And they'll pay him $1 million more or 100 million more, and they reaping hundreds of millions and billions of dollars from that one small investment. And all they do is put that seed back from which it came. Nothing more. These are the seeds which we produce. This is what we need to understand. Deuteronomy 28 and 38 says, and I should carry much seed into the field, shall gather but little in, for the locusts shall consume them. Meaning what? Much knowledge is brought into the field, teaching you the way you should go. However, only a few will make it out from the minds of conditioning of them. Only a few of us going to make it out of there. Why? Because we give our children all the books, the speakers and teachers, you name it, to make it available to our children to help educate them to do better. However, again, many will still do what? They will become a meal for them to consume them. Week after week, month after month, year after year, like locusts consuming us like leaves on a tree. See, the food of the earth is Israel. For they have much strength and power and to influence upon the earth to make us do their will. This is why we have to understand what is actually happening here. Revelations 9:3 says, and there came out of smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. Why? They are the locusts upon the earth and are given power from the fall of Adam and Eve. We gave it to them. All you need to do is read Genesis and you'll see exactly what happened. Because it's when we spoke and believed in a lie, then was the power given to the locusts. These came out of the great furnace and the smoke thereof. The bottomless pit. See, we need to understand exactly what is going on. And they have taken a lot of this knowledge that they have and they have darkened our minds. How do we know this? Let's look back at 9:2. Go one verse up. And he opened a bottomless pit, and arose smoke out of the pit as smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit, which once opened the door, and our light of the knowledge was darkened by reason of not understanding. So even we are today, we are the children of the Most High God, and most of us don't even know it. See, being consumed by locusts, people of this world, so as we work just like as ants in a vineyard, we bring much seed in of the Most High God of Israel to many. However, the locusts continually consume us as leaves on a tree, keeping us from the true knowledge and the true position that we have upon the earth. This is why it's so important for us to understand what we need to be and to understand who we are. Because we're going to carry much seed in. And as it says here, thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, but thou shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Because we are being the product of being consumed. We are a consumed product. For we can learn of the truth, but we are being consumed and being transformed into a product for consumption. Just because you're the seed of Abraham, do not make you the seed of the Most High God of Israel. This does not do that. But most people will tell you this is what's happening. And thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but thou shalt neither drink of the wine nor gather grapes, for worms shall eat them. See, we are planted and have many children within the vineyard. Give many knowledge. Excuse me. However, we will never receive of his wine, the first stage for their success, because we will be food for the worms. It is removed from many of us thinking we are Israel. Is this true? Don't affect you. Then we know clearly who you are, because many is not going to accept truth. And if the truth is not in you, as it says in Romans 9:6, not as though the word of God have taken none effect. For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. See, if the word of God is not written upon you and written upon your heart, it won't have no effect upon you whatsoever, even later. Won't have none. Absolutely none. Just because you're Israel, don't make you a child of Israel. You're a child of Jacob. You're not a child of Israel. You're just claiming something that you're not. The same as a child of Abraham do not mean what you think it means. Meaning this the child of Abraham, you may think you're his, but that child is not a child of God, just because you're from the child of Abraham. Romans 9:8, it tells you, that is, that which are children of the flesh, these are not the children of God. But the children of the promise is counted for the seed. See, for the children of the flesh, this makes you think nothing more. But do it make you the child of Israel? No, it don't. It's the ones of the promises, one counted to the Most High God of Israel. So, what do you have to do with this being eaten alive? Why is this being shown to you preceptually structured in another way? It's structured, look like it's out of sequence. And it's completely precept correctly. Just because you've been eaten alive. What do it have to do? What do this have to do with anything that we're speaking of? Everything. You can make anything be what you want and what you think it really is, and it's not. Meaning this, Deuteronomy 28:68, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I speak unto thee. By the way whereof I speak unto thee. Understand what that means. And Yahweh should bring you into bondage again with ships. Now, this is why we know he speak 85% allegorical. But watch what he says after the comma, with ships, after the comma, with ships. By the way whereof I speak unto thee. That's literal. This is what the problem is. We need to understand how he talks. We need to understand his conversation. We need to understand what he's saying all the time, because he's saying right up here, and Yahweh should bring thee, talking about us, into Egypt, into bondage again. So he's going to take us into bondage again. Clearly saying this. With ships. With ships. But here go the catcher right here. And how he's going to do it. By the way whereof I speak. So he's telling you, I'm not speaking in dark languages. This is how I'm going to do it. That's why he said, I speak unto thee. The same way that I'm telling you right now that you're going to go into bondage with ships, that's what I mean. You don't have to sit there and try to precept to try to figure out what I'm saying here. You're going back to Egypt. You guys know what was going on in Egypt, but this time you're going in ships. The ship is not allegorical. The ship is literal. Then it goes on more. Thou shalt see it no more again. See no more what again? The land. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies. These are clearly your enemies. Enemies for what? Bondmen, slave, bondwomen, slave, and no man shall buy you. The language here is telling you no man is going to buy you. No man is going to redeem you out of this bondage. No man. any mankind. No one can get you out of this. You have all these people who have came before many of us and trying to tell you how we're going to get out of this. And no man, mankind, I don't care who they are, shall buy you, can redeem you out of this. The Most High God of Israel put us in bondage from what? From our disobedience. And he's telling you literally how he's going to do it. And how do we know? You can go look at the Atlantic slave trade. You see how we went there. Because he's telling you, by the way whereof I speak. He's telling you literally, this is how you're going to do this. This is how you're getting there. He completed this mission with the use of ships for disobedience and unwilling to learn the first time, the second time, the third time. We were removed from the land, from his presence, the very ground where his name is placed, shipped us to a place where our enemies dwell, and we became slave men and slave women, and no one can redeem us out of this. We were brought for a price and belong to another. And Yahweh cannot do anything as long as we behave in the manner that we're behaving, as Gentiles believing in dumb idols, images. This will keep us separated from our Redeemer. It's like, as we sin, it's like kryptonite that's embedded in us, and he can't even look upon evil. So if he can't look upon evil, it's like kryptonite to him, because he can't look at us. The Most High God cannot even redeem a sinner, and he stays in sin. That's impossible to do. Only sinners can reconcile back to the Most High and return from sin and forever be redeemed by him. He cannot look upon sin because he hates sin and cannot look upon it. These are the problems that we have. So the Most High God departs and we will be destroyed the same as it is this day. However, if we're proven, if we've been tested and we're proven and we do what that thing he told us what to do, guess what? Then they'll know. See, because they know what we're about. They know what's going on. We don't know. We in the dark. But if he's our Redeemer, he's the one put us in it, why you think someone gonna buy us out of it? This is what we have to think. Why would we get in trouble and then we looking for someone higher than him to get us out of it? We get in trouble and the first thing we want to do, we want to tell them, our enemies, y'all need to give us reparations for doing this to us. That's silliness. And Yahweh should bring thee into Egypt, into bondage again, this time with ships. Not an allegory, by the way I speak unto thee. Because I'm speaking plain. It's what he's saying. This is how you're going into bondage. And this time, I'm going to sell you unto your enemy. For buying men, for buying women. Nobody's going to get you out of it. But if you're out of it, see, then they fear you. Judith 5:21, because it says, but if there be no iniquity found in their nation, Israel, let my Lord now pass by. Lest their Lord, lest Yahweh defend them. And their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. See, this is what they know. A Gentile was speaking this. See, we get out the sin business. And this is one of the promise. We get out the sin business. That's why we need to continually spread this word, because we're not trying to catch everybody. We're trying to catch who's his. So we got to teach to everybody. Throw it out a blanket. It's like throwing a blanket on everybody. Some are going to resonate, some it's not. Because just because you're Israel, don't make that you all Israel. See, this is why we teach always to all. And we're only looking for the lost sheep. And when that happens, the Most High God will defend us. This is our problem, because we're not doing that. But if he cuts us off from the Most High God of Israel through false hopes and false dreams by way of money, power of this world, they will even use their women. Understand, they will even use their women, if needed, to triple their investment upon us being food and consumption for them. I'd say it again, because most people have a problem with this. And then I'm going to drill into that little part. They will even use their women, if needed, to triple on their investments upon the food and consumption. Meaning what? They will use their women to let you marry them, go into them. They can care less. You're a commodity. They're looking to make money. They make it seem like it's really big thing. The ones who's into the money, not thinking about it the other way. But you have the ones at the bottom thinking it's disrespectful. The ones on the top who's actually making the money don't think it's too much of anything. If you want those women, have them. Have them. This is why it happens. See, and it allows them to continue to feed on this $1.2 trillion per year harvest from their forefathers' investment in the vineyard they did a couple of 100 years ago. Again, they're locusts, devouring us as cankerworms do. We're the leaves. We're being consumed at a high rate number. Now, 3:15, it'll tell you, and there shall a fire devour thee, and a sword cut thee off. It shall eat thee up like the cankerworm. Make thyself as many cankerworms, make thyself as many as the locusts. He's trying to tell you we need to flip this. Meaning they will eat us up the way a cankerworm leaves do, but we make ourselves as the cankerworms, as the locusts, if we turn and do the first works of the Most High, keeping his commandment. However, this is the problem. Verse 16, it says, for thou multiply thy merchants above the stars of heaven. The cankerworms spoil and flieth away. Many have multiplied themselves over the earth and feed off our flesh, producing billions, trillions of dollars from our labor daily. He goes on, verse 17, thy crowned are as locusts. And thy captains compared the great grasshoppers, which camp in the hedges in the cold day, but when the sun ariseth, they flee away, and their place is not known where they are. Why? They are locusts, they're captains of this world, the great grasshoppers of this world. Their secret societies are not known to us, and when the sun comes up, they fly away, because you don't know where they are. You don't know who they are. You don't know nothing about them. What is I'm saying? We hear many of them. However, many of them have very little understanding on how complex their webs can actually be with their snares, what they keep us in bondage for food. Meaning what? They have secret societies running around which you don't know about. They have some you think you know about, and we sit there and we try to know their inner working. We don't know their inner workings. So they have a secret society, and they only let out what they want you to know. But then we think they know, and then we sitting there talking about what they operating on, and we don't know what they operating on, because that's why they call it a secret society. Secret society means just what it is. The Most High don't operate on secret societies. They do. But we like to sit there and act like, well, this is what we know about them. If it's secret, they're not going to talk. They're secret. And they use this to control the human race. And use it to control the children of the Most High God. Understand how I'm putting that? Understand what I'm saying? We have Israel and the children of Israel, and you have the human race. That's on another teaching. But we need to understand these secret societies and understand how they work. Because you're the menu. Always. It's just they try to move into power or position. But we're the menu. We're the consumption. Understand? We're going to look at the order of skull and bones. Understand what we're going to get into. See, they was founded in 1932 by students out of Yale University. Out of Yale University, one of the most prestigious universities in the United States. And these people has been part of a large number of conspiracy theories. Why is this conspiracy theory? Because they don't know if it's true or not. They don't know if it's true or not true on what these conspiracies were and committed by them. And most popular for being the founders of the CIA. That's what they're most popular for. And famous in hiding deep, dark secrets of sick and deranged practices and members in parts of. They have these weird sexual acts in common in sight at this order of skull and bones. This group is designed to keep us on the food chain in more ways than one. Placing people as if they will assist. However, they are dressed out and dressed us out for a meal. But they would sit there and put this on television, and you have news people trying to tell you the inner workings on what they do. This is why I only can give you an outline on what people think. They're not going to tell you how they work, because then it wouldn't be a secret. Understand what secret society means. Then we have another group, the German Theos Society. Really? Yeah. These are the real inspiration for Nazism. A lot of people haven't never heard of these, because a large number of these were Nazi leaders. See, they was founded in 1919. Even Adolf Hitler was part and associated to this society as a visiting brother. See, they apparently believed in bringing upon a new world order. This is them. And found a rather simple and effective way of doing this. See, this is what we need to find out. See, we can find out the outer structure, but how they work it, we don't know. But see, they was most known for effective of one key particular thing. And what is this? To reducing the population. This is where it came from. People want to sit there and talk about Illuminati and all that. This is where it came from. It came from them. Reducing the population. Them. You can even hear about the Georgia Stones and that you see down there, talking about, they only want 500 million people in the world. And they think this came from Illuminati and a bunch of other places. But it didn't come from there. This came from them. See, and they also have a part of crazy practice sexual magic and racist chants and black magic, and members often known to take part in supernatural exhibitions that were known to invite demons and ask for their guidance. Most people never heard of them. But it's a little bit deeper. What about Bilderberg group? And I have an image on the other side. These are people they oversee. These are societies they oversee. Now this group is going to get deep. But you got to remember, the main premise is to keep us on the food chain. See, this is why you need to understand what is happening. The main premise is to keep you on the food chain. See, now this group was established in 1954, called by Bilderberg Club, which has nothing more than a secret society comprising of world elites. See, an annual private conference normally comprised of 120 to 150 of the most influential people in the world of business, finance, academics, media, even some presidents and prime ministers were part of this group. Today, many that main proposed is private, and the karma delata in the word is created aristocrat proposed in the main United States and in Europe. Meaning what? Just being rich doesn't get you a spot in this party. See, just because you have money don't get you in this party. See, many people like to, once they have a certain income or a certain wealth level, they think they can get in certain societies that don't buy you a spot with these. See, their meetings are organized in steering committees, and of 2 members in each, approximately 18 nations. Due to the lack of accessibility and transparency of these meetings that they have, the Bilderberg Group is a group, an accused number for conspiracy theories around the world. Because guess what? Nobody knows really what they do. All we know, they exist. And what is their conspiracy theories? Look how crazy, I'm going to show you how crazy this is. I'm going to show you how really crazy this is. Some think these the ones that caused the Great Depression that happened in October 1929 to 39. Now, how is that true? And they was established in 1954. You follow me? So if that's true, then Bilderberg Group, which was established in 1954, now you have to bring it back to the 1929 or earlier. This is the problem. See, many believe they're part of some of the world's biggest terrorist activities. Who? Bilderberg. Secret societies. But they quick to tell you in a cult because all you learning is the Bible. It's no secret. We do in the back, and we just teach you how to break down the precepts. Nothing different. It's not a secret because we don't hide it. But let's look at another one. And this is the one that engulfs everyone, do like the Romans do. This is what they do. The Freemasonry. Yeah, you see the European side. You also see some that's actually the ones that's based right out here in California, where I am. The Freemason is a fraternal organization and inspired to exist from the 17th century. Now, the hands of the Freemasons wouldn't have been featured on this list at all. But they take a considerable chunk of society and feel that they are more charitable work and make one seem that they do a very good work. But some say Masonry is open to certain things, but you know they're open to anyone's faith. It's one of the easiest groups to join. This one. And it is just to help other Masons, what they say. But it all just to attract many people to join the community. One must pay close attention to the G. See, that stands for the Masonic Godnos, or generation of Lucifer. The G. It's clear and it's no secret. At all. No secret. And his appearance as God is the main enemy of Christ. How you follow me? See, they're made up to take blood oaths to every degree up to the 33rd degree, and vow not to reveal secrets of the Masons with anybody outside their group, not even their wives. So that's why you have also the Eastern Star. Understand what's going on. But we're going to get into some other boys. See, because these are all conspired, but we're the commodity to feed on. See, this is what we got to understand. We're the commodity. But let's go a little bit deeper. The Order of Nine Angels. The Order of Nine Angels. See, these boys were established in the 60s, being more known in the 90s. See, these Order of Nine Angels is a satanic group based out of the United Kingdom. They claim to be followers of Satanism and became, close attention to the neo-Nazis, ideologies, and activism. However, the members seem to be very individual, pursuing in the excellent by studying what Satan has to offer. See, many believe in human sacrifice, to which they also believe in reducing the population. Through what? To eliminate weakness. See, you even see them portrayed in movies, even in the tribe. Most important, in some of the strange where the devil carry out missions to disrupt and ultimately conquer common people, according to even the surveys. See, the Order of Nine Angels have more female supporters in the Church of Satan temples, even at the Temple of Set. The Temple of Set is another satanic group, but they have more female supporters than anything. This is the crazy part. More women and children in older supporters are supporters come from good, that people say good, and economical background families. Are we here? See, but guess what? See, they want to say you're in a cult. Let's look at the American Ku Klux Klan. See, they like to touch on stuff, but they don't want to sit there and speak about it to where you can get a clear understanding exactly what these secret societies are doing. Ku Klux Klan. And the American cult Ku Klux Klan, or KKK, known as the Klan. See, they have three distinct paths: present and right-wing cult movements in the United States, even today. See, they are in the government, they're in your police departments, they're in your department stores, they're in your food service industry, they're in your medical fields, you name it, they are there. Who? KKKs. See, they KKK advocates and extremists reaction on topics on mainly white supremacy. See, they have white nationalism, anti-immigration. This is what they mainly against. This is what always brings them out. It's just like raid. You spray raid on a roach and guess what? He's going to run. Should bring you about your president. Anti-immigration. Are you with me? See, we should know even with the president has a problem with immigration. And the problem used to be whosoever oppressed them in the past been dealt with through terrorism. See, this is the way they deal with, you think you're going to oppress them? They deal with you through oppression. And they're going to oppress you by any means necessary. See, the first movement of them even was held when 1865, 1870. And the second most part probably was from 1915 to 1944. And the third and current up until today was started in 1946. And see, I'm gonna tell you to make sure that we clearly understand what is going on. See, many of them classify the Klan as being a subversive and terrorist organization, and so-called being to be reduced from 3.6 million members now to just 5,000 to 8,000 across the United States. I want you to understand the ideology in this and show you how stupid this is. They want to say it's down to 5,000 to 8,000. Keep that number in your head. 5,000 to 8,000. It's no longer 3 to 6 million. Now I'm gonna show you the difference. See, however, in America today, we have members that are not listed. So the number is larger than what it is from what it was once said. Because you can go in any group, anywhere, and you can see what happens to Israel. We're being murdered at alarming rates. See, they even in your media to play down the death of an Israelite. See, their name Israel, they even hate. So that's why they let you call yourself African American. Because they don't want you to say Israel. They don't want you to say Hebrew. You use those names, it irritates them. Because you're telling them who you really are. And then they want to tell you they dwindled the numbers the same as Donald Trump said it was more people. He had the largest inauguration in history. And you see wasn't nobody there. You see it was a clear lie. And now they're going to tell you another lie. It didn't dwindle. It's been reduced from 3 to 6 million now to 5,000 to 8,000. And they want you to believe it. Understand the numbers. See, you don't pass up anything. 3 to 6 million. How you gonna miss 3 to 6 million? How you gonna miss 3 million? 3 to 6, you're not sure? Wait a minute, you saying 3 to, you can say it's from 3 to 3.5 million. I get. But you saying 3, it could be 3 million, it could be up to 6 million. You gonna miss a whole nother 3 million? Understand what's happening there. So if they want you to believe, and they try to get you to believe it's only 5,000 to 8,000 KKKs to exist in the United States, then you also need to believe that the moon is really the sun. And the sun is the moon. And actually, if you believe that, we're gonna start selling water right out of Alaska and sell ice with it. to the Eskimos. The most popular secret society groups that's known in the world today. Why? All because of a book that Dan Brown did a novel on. What is that? The Da Vinci Code. All behind the Da Vinci Code, Illuminati became extremely, extremely popular. And another who even helped make it even more popular was even Tupac. Because he came up with a song and he used Illuminati in there. Why? Perhaps one of the most famous popular cult groups in the secret society, Illuminati, in which is Latin. See, in Latin it means what? Enlightened. Enlightened refers to various organizations and linked to many different Illuminati groups. Is you also have Bavarians Illuminati, which is a enlightenment, a secret society founded in May of 1776, who opposed to superstition and all kind of religious influence and other public life and abuse of state power. It is often alleged to conspire and control the world affairs and really masterminding events and planning agents and government corporations to establish new world orders to gain further political power and influence over the people. This is who these people are. This group has been depicted as working in the shadows and referenced and being spotted in novels, movies, television shows, comics, and video games and all kind of stuff. However, we still got to understand, and modern conspiracy theorists believe that the Illuminati is the ones who have been pulling the strings of the world's most major events. But you still got to remember Bilderberg. They was up under them still, but this is what they say. See, so they also want to include them with the Battle of the Waterloo, also the French Revolution, and also the President John F. Kennedy assassination. That's what they want to say. The Illuminati was part of that group that actually had that done. Is it true? It's a conspiracy theory. We don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I do know, and we know we don't know. So when people want to sit there and put out stuff that they do know, and these people do not talk, it's going to always be a theory. And this is one most people don't know. Scotty. 9 unknown men. Who are they? Who are these guys? See, this is an India recorded secret society, perhaps the oldest group of anything known. And most people never even heard of these people. See, and they believe that these are the ones who can change the world. See, very little known about them. However, some believe this group is one of the most powerful societies in the world. Ascoa. They believe one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful society in the world. And most people never even heard of them. 9 men say that they hold the keys to the world, and everything we mean according to them, everything. See, the members of this group who came from 9 different walks of life, given topics and specialties, and everyone given a responsibility to develop, preserve, and to prevent information from being founded or getting into the hands of people that was capable of misusing it. Why is this so important? Why is they on this radar? They're so complex. You get into the mix. However, you must have to stay. And remember, with some things, when you want to go look at this and try to get the understanding, I'm going to show you some things and share some things with you to what you can actually find out how they even try to portray them, but they can actually portray them because they don't know what they're about. They'll keep you in a never-ending confusion. See, the Most High God deals with Israel as a whole. So if we can't find sin, And if he can't find sin in it, he can come and get us. But if not, we stay in sin. But these 9 unknown men is the importance of secret society, which these 9 more is benefiting directly from experiments, studies, documents accumulated over the period of years. Why is this so important? Many of you guys probably seen the movie of The Kingsman. The Kingsman. It's only so many of them was in that. Kingsman. Go look at the movie. Go look at the first one, The Kingsman. Look at what they do. Because nobody know what these people know. 9 unknown men. That's all you know. 9 unknown. We don't know nothing more. But the Kingsmen tried to portray something similar to what they were doing here. And they call themselves to portray, because they don't know if they're good or bad. But the 9 unknown men, they'll tell you these are good people. See, because they're in pursuit of the knowledge and benefit of mankind. There are a number of renowned in co-option to preserve secrecy and techniques handed down from ancient times. However, are they good or bad? No one knows. Why? Because it's only 9. One removed, one comes in. Nobody knows. The same as, is it to keep us in sin? We don't know. But long as we sin, at one time when he was going to heal Israel, see, he still caught one of our nations was still in sin. Let's look at this. Hosea 7:1. And it says, and when I would have healed Israel, all 12 tribes, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, in the wickedness of Samaria, for they committed falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the truth of the robber spoiled without. So at the time he was going to heal us, all Israel, what happened? One of the tribes, Ephraim, was still in sin. Falsehood, telling lies and statements, what is known to be false and intent to deceive, allowing to rob, as what we see in Nehemiah 3:16. He would have made the merchants to be able to multiply themselves. They are cankerworms eating us alive today, taking our money and flying away. Do you want to understand it? Let's go back over here. Now, and you see it. Thou have multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven. The cankerworms spoiled and fly away. They have allowed this to happen to us and eating us alive, killing our kids in our faces, made laws of them to free them from the law. And they fly away. The same as the girl was in Los Angeles some years back when she was shot by an Asian woman, killed because they was in there arguing. And the Asian woman was put on probation for killing the Israelite. Like I'm talking about, killed her in cold blood on camera. She was put on probation. Why I'm saying this? She didn't even live in the community. She was down there harvesting her crops, money from Israel. So when you go to these in your community and you go to these places, these local stores, and they people in there and they want to say, hey, what's up? And they try to even talk your language. You got to remember, the same reason people like to sing to their plants, same reason people like to talk to their plants. Your food. So when you're sitting in there, they're going to sit there, they want to talk your language, do all these things. But guess what? They're harvesting their fruit from the land. And they're taking it where? Taking it back home to where they live. Not in that community. We have to understand what's going on. Because a lot of us don't get it. Let's look at this. Jeremiah 44:7. It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, wherefore committed ye great evils against your souls, and cut off from the man and woman, child and suckling out of Judah, and leave you none to remain. We cut ourselves off from the Most High God. then get in trouble and then think we have access as we did in keeping his commandments. You think you had the same identical access and you don't. They got people embedded in Christian doctrine. And they tell you that he done died for all your sins and we can continue to sin. Nowhere in the Bible you can find where you can continue to stay in sin. After you come to the knowledge of the truth, there's no more sacrifice for sin. In that ye provoke me, you provoke me to wrath. Why is he saying this? Thus saith the Lord. You see that in verse 7? Therefore now thus saith the Lord, in that ye provoke me unto wrath. You see, I just took that right from the comma. Therefore now thus saith the Lord, comma. Go down to verse 8. In that ye provoke me to wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto other gods in the land of Egypt, in the land of bondage, whether ye be gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off, and that you might be a curse and a reproach all among all nations of the earth. Oh, we're not fulfilling this? Believing in something that is not. Doing everything under the sun and taunting him and daring him to do something as we sin. Being right back in bondage. And then once we're in bondage and something goes not your way, the first thing you want to do is go to him to straighten it out. Verse 9, it says, have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers? Repent, remember what they did. But we sit there and can't even remember that. In the wickedness of the kings of Judah, in the wickedness of their wives, in your own wickedness. We got these little short-term memories, which they have committed in the land of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. We do this and then we play dumb to the fact. Why? Because they have cultivated us in a thought pattern to keep us thinking about what? Sin, and thinking that he's cool with it. Which is the fertilizer is on us to make us keep producing food for them. It's the cycle. Malachi 2 and 10, and it says, have we not all one Father, Israel? Have not one God created us, Israel? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers? Why do we do this? Why do we deal with our brothers and sisters as if we don't know them? And every time we have something against our brothers and sisters in the land of, and we in the land of our own enemies. And we treat them in these ways. We treat them in the worst manners. They are killing us in high numbers, and we killing each other in our own record numbers. They almost have this almost set on a automatic control to where we're going to start doing its control of self-population. Profaning nothing more than treating the covenant in reverence or to extinction. Judah have dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah had profaned the holiness of Yahweh which he loved, and have married the daughter of a strange god. Are you with me? See, first off, we committed abominations within our own nation of the 12 tribes of Israel. How? We had even sacrificed what is blemished, not holy, unto the Most High God. Then we even go worship strange gods even today. He said he only wrote this book to Israel. Only one that's written on Israel. And we'll go sit under anybody. As long as it sounds good, we'll go sit under anybody. Ezra 9:2, and it says, for they have taken their daughters for themselves and their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. You tell me this is not true. For the word of God is true, and every man is a liar. Tell me that's not true. So that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. We have to understand what's going on. The prince and the rulers and the chief in this trespass. So we are taking strangers today, and today we are giving our own children to Gentiles, our daughters and sons. They have mingled themselves with the people of this land, and we're in whose land? We're mingled with who? They have designed this sin for us to stay in sin, and handed them the chief rulers in the land and set up, and we feel we need to fit in with them. As a teacher and preacher today, they try to hold to their doctrine because we feel that it'd be an embarrassment if we retracted many of what the teaching what people was feeding today. So what we do, we make sure that we holding on to what everybody's saying, so everybody be holding on to the same thing and believing in the same thing, even though you don't see what you see. You're talking something completely different. You worshiping false idols, false God, worshiping a white Jesus with blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin, something that you cannot find nowhere in scripture. So what they do, they change the name. Well, Rudy means this. Oh, white, your teeth white as milk. See, it's white right here. See, that's talking about him. He described how he look in there. And they put this image in front of you and you believe it. They even pound it in if you go and you look at Good Times. And where it had JJ made a black Jesus and they had this white Jesus up and things happened. When the black one's up, then all of a sudden something went bad. Then what she did, she put that white one back up there. She said, this is the only Jesus I know. This white Jesus. This is why we had a problem. We stay right in that food cycle. As long as we stay in that food cycle, they can continue to feed off of us. See, even today, we have many black churches with images of this false savior. And do you think they feel ashamed? Do you think they feel embarrassed? Do you think they have a problem with that? They're like a thief, stealing your salvation. Then stole it from you, and you were standing right there in front of them looking at it. Why they took it from you? As a thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their prince, and their priests, and their prophets. Jeremiah 2:26, it tells you that. The same as a thief, when he get busted, how do he feel? The same so-called leaders today, how do he feel when he get busted? Teaching you false doctrine, and preachers and teachers telling us what? They telling you everything and saying to the stock, thou art my father. You saying to a dumb piece of wood, This is my Father. To the stone thou hast brought me forth. He ain't brought you a dumb piece of wood some man that made in his garage. And they have turned their backs on me and not their faces. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. Do you know how stupid and idiotic that is? You turn to an idol that you just painted 2 days ago, and then all of a sudden you're going to tell it to save me. You tell this white image, save me. Thou art my Father. Put you in bondage and power, and you had taken it out, and then you said, he is the rock that brought me out of bondage. It turned out, and then you turn it, our Father, into a liar, and you continue to worship the dumb rock and the white images, believing they saved us, and all the Most High wants is us to acknowledge our sins against him and do the first work. That's it. And we can't even do that. And I say it again. All the Most High wants. This is what he wants. And he commands us of this. Acknowledge your sins. And do the first works. People are going to tell you all kind of other things. Acknowledge your sins. And do the first works. Jeremiah 3:15. Only acknowledge thy iniquities. Only acknowledge thy iniquities, that thou hast transgressed against Yahweh thy God. Really? Has scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, said Yahweh. You only supposed to obey what he's saying. You keep his commandments. Just acknowledge your sin and you do the first works. But what we did, we played the harlot under every green tree. We being whores, not obeying the word of the Most High God. Yeah, we being whores. Oh, don't call me no. We are whores. Playing to all this nonsense. What are we doing? He goes on more. Turn, oh backsliding children, we need to turn our butts around, saith Yahweh. For I am married unto you. He's married to us. He's married to Israel. We are the children of Israel. When he said, come in the house, when that street light comes on, we need to be in the house. This is why he says, and I will take you, one of a city, two of a family, and bring you unto Zion, because some of us is hard. Everybody that's Israel, not all Israel. For this reason alone, not keeping the covenant of the Most High God of Israel, he won't take us this way and bring us back into Zion. There are many pastors in this world, but how many are of this world? Confusion is out there. Lies and liars out of their mouths. Their own doctrines is theirs. False teachings are theirs. All that have knowledge, and they are not servants, but calling themselves leaders and shepherds. If it's only a good shepherd, what is all other shepherds? He said, I'm the good shepherd. So if he's the good shepherd, what is all other shepherds? I'll say it again. If he's the good shepherd, what is he saying to all other shepherds? Because he don't have to say anything. If he's a good shepherd, you can't say, well, I'm a good shepherd too. No. He says, I'm the good shepherd. Well, I'm an okay shepherd. No. He's not saying that. He says, I'm the good shepherd. All other shepherds, it's not there. And people will sit there quickly and say, he's my shepherd. Oh yeah, pastor such and such, yeah, he's my shepherd. Really? He gonna take you directly to hell. You're being served up on a platter for them to continue to eat. Making you serve them and not being the server. You're food for there to be the eaters. Why? He says, I will give you free pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. He's going to give and you pay. You giving all this, oh, well, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of him. You paying, and he's saying he's giving. Letting you know he's not a shepherd of his. Letting you know it's only one good shepherd. Letting you know he don't even work for the Most High. Letting you know he's working for himself because he's working for Satan, because Satan tells you can do this. All you got to do is fall down and worship him. And got you up on the menu. Men have these $1 million salaries teaching you false doctrine. And you paying for it. You paying for houses, planes, according to the hearts of them and not to the heart of the Most High God. Because he said, I'm going to give you pastors according to my heart to feed you with knowledge and understanding. And guess what? When all that's in there, it's a certain way you have to do it. Because it's according to him. So if you're going to follow him, he's going to tell you how he wants his doctrine taught. If his doctrine got to be taught, he's telling you how he's going to tell them how to teach it. He said, for precept must be upon precept. Line upon line, here a little, there a little. According to who? According to the Most High. So, if we're not doing it according to him, that automatically make you a false teacher. Let's say it again. If we not teaching according to him, makes you a false teacher. It's clear. Because he's telling us to do one thing. Because we have to remember and be in teaching people to keep that in their mind, that we need to keep the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And if we're not teaching according to that, guess what? We are false teachers. 2 Maccabees 1 and 2, and it tells you, Yahweh be gracious unto you, and remember his covenant that he had made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is faithful servant. His faithful servants. Do we say anything else? No, servants. By giving pastors according to his heart. He goes on more. And give you all a heart to serve him. Did he say a heart to serve who? To serve him. Y'all serving pastors. And to do his will. But y'all doing the pastor's will. With a good courage and willing mind. Don't that sound like 1 Peter 5, 5 and 2? Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking oversight thereof, not by constraint but willingly, not for filthy lucre. Why? Because the Most High have given you, according to his heart, to feed his people with knowledge and understanding. He's written the word upon our hearts to do his will. Let's do them. And open our hearts in his law and commandment and send you peace. See, Jeremiah 31:33, it says, I will put my law on your inward parts and write it upon their hearts. So he's writing it up on you already. And our hearts is the tablet and the symbols of Moses was given to what he did to the God of Israel. Those are the tablets. That was the symbol. That was the schoolmaster. We do his will. He can send us peace. However, we still have to humble ourselves, and we haven't. We don't fear the Most High, not his judgment, not his statutes, nothing. This is the problem with mostly Israel. We don't fear. Most people say, well, when he says to do this, he said they have a great respect for him. No, you don't. Show it to me. Jeremiah 44, it says, for they are not humbled even until this day. You show me, the people say, well, that was done back then. Show me now, have we humbled ourselves? Even until this day, 2018. Neither they fear nor walk in my law, nor in my statutes, that I set before you and before your fathers. Excuse me. Tell me, is this not being fulfilled? Is the Most High lying? They are not humbled even until this day. Is the Most High lying? No. Neither have they feared. Is he lying? No. Nor walked in my law. Is he lying? No. Nor in my statute. Is he lying? No. That I set before you and before your fathers. But set before you and before your fathers. Set before you that we know them. They're in us. Have we done them? No. We want to pay some little penny ante preacher and give us this money thinking and he's getting fame and all this power. And we think he's going to justify us before the Most High God of Israel? It's not that sinful. Is not that a sin? Is not this a sin? See, a sinful man can't change. And every time, and you got some going to come across this channel, and they're going to sit there and they're going to say, no, I'm false. I'm teaching the lie. I'm teaching you a lie. And everything I'm showing you, this is why we have to show so much scripture. We have to show the precepts of it. To where I can't push a lie in there to you. This is the whole thing that we do here. But the sinful man gonna make an excuse to say he's not teaching the truth. This is what they do. Sirach 32:17. A sinful man will not be reproved. You can't change him, but findeth an excuse according to his will. He gonna tell you why he can do what he do. He can't show it to you, but he gonna tell it to you. Or he gonna grab an outside book and he gonna show it to you. See, a sinful man will always find a way to justify himself. If it's his way of the Most High, or is it not? If he finds something that fits him, then that's cool. If he finds something that can't fit him and it's gonna twist him up, he ain't gonna show it to you. See, they'll keep the covenant and it's not, making themselves the fruit of the world. And he makes you the fruit of the world, not of the Most High God. See, because you're supposed to be his fruit. He's supposed to come to his field and harvest from here. When he come to harvest fruit, he should be coming to harvest you. See, people of the earth cannot eat fruit of the Most High. Did you catch it? See, people of the earth cannot eat fruit of the Most High. See, it's all pure spiritual. Don't have no blemishes. Hard for them to eat. We have to understand exactly what we into. Goes on more. If I have eaten the fruits thereof without money, or have caused the owner thereof to lose their life. This is Job. As Job, have not taken money to keep the commandments of the Most High? Has he? Has he? Has he caused anyone in Israel to lose their lives or what he taught? Through the way Job lived? Has he? His children went away in captivity. See, it didn't say they was killed. It said they was taken away. Go back and read it. But he goes on more. And says, let the thistles grow instead of the wheat, and the cockle instead of the barley. The words of Job are ended. So his sins that grown in the temple, is it not true? See, to have weeds, which is cockle, that's all he was saying, and not wheat. See, Job stopped talking for himself, thinking that he had said something serious matter. This is what we do. This is what it came down to. And people using this, that this is good. I'm gonna show you something. See, because Job thought he was doing something good, but it says what? So these three men ceased to answer Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. See, Job was righteous. He was self-righteous in his own eyes. Not in the Most High, in his own eyes. See, he do what he's supposed to do, but he thought since he do what he's supposed to do, was it with his heart? Are you with me? Was he doing it with his own heart, or was he doing it because it was required? I know that's bringing it a little bit closer. See, because if he was righteous in his own eyes, he just felt all he had to do is do it. As long as he's doing it, okay, there shouldn't be no issues. That's not the case. See, he thought as long as he's doing it, he's good. I'm thinking he's fine. But he's saying right here, he was righteous in his own eyes because the Most High said you have to love me with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And you're going to do something, you're going to do it from your heart. Don't do it because you're required to do it. See, people will do things for money, fame, power, there. But for who? See, the Most High God are for rulers of this earth. See, you see the same people has no common sense on the border, or just really borderline stupid, and no one will give them the time of day, let alone even listen to their opinion. They do this today. I'm talking about borderline stupidity. And people won't give this person time of day. But one little thing can change. Let that person come into money. They're going to listen to his opinion. It's take it as law. He become this educator of life. To the children, even into some parents. Which makes you what? Which makes you nothing but more food for this earth, for them to be driven you deeper into modern day slavery. Being a product to be feeding their families for 2, 3, 4, even 5 generations deep. The fruit of Israel is 12 fruits. 12. 12. Eaten alive. You have the fruit of Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Zebulun, Issachar, Gad, Asher, Naphtali. you have Joseph, but then you have Joseph, you have Ephraim and Manasseh, who is counted as one because they was the replacement of Dan, and then you have Benjamin. The same as they love to eat all 12 of them alive. And then when they sitting there and they eating you alive, they also want the entertainment. So they make you do things, make you sing things, make you dance. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. Sing us that song. We want to hear it. And we will sit like a fool. You want to hear it? Here you go. And proceed to sing that song. Sold into bondage, they required of us of a song while they eat. All because our sin has prevailed and have engulfed us, and we don't see the light. This is the main problem of things today. Psalm 63, 65 and 3, and it says, iniquities prevailed against me. As for our transgression, they shall purge them away. Saying what? The flesh has won and the sin has prevailed. Our transgression was overwhelming, which repentance shall purge them away. We will sing that song. Here you go. See, because I'm going to tell you who wrote a song. And he told him to write one. He told Moses to write the song. For it's going to be a witness against us. He told Moses to write a song over 5,000 years against us. You want to hear it? Here you go. Deuteronomy 31:19. And it says, therefore write this song for you and teach to the children of Israel. Teach to each and every one of us, because we all need to know the song. Why we need to know the song? Because it is going to be a testimony against us for us not knowing the song. This is where it goes. And we don't know. We got to understand. We got to understand what these are and what these songs are. So it says, now therefore write this song and teach it to the children of Israel, and put in their mouths that this song, because it's a particular song. It's not any song you want to put up. It's a particular song that the Most High had Moses to write, and it's to us. So we can't go sit there and write our own song because the Most High already wrote the song. So we can go put whatever song it is. It's a false song. The Most High wrote a song, and the song is in the book. We get ready to see it. He said, write a song, may it be a witness for me against the children of Israel. As he's saying, it's going to be a witness. And you want to see the song? Here you go, the song. We're going to see it. Here you go. Verse 20. When I shall have bring them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, and will they have unto other gods served them to provoke me and break my covenant. Now, what kind of dang song is that? That sounds like a diss song, don't it? Sound like a straight out diss song. When he brought them into the land flowing with milk and honey, the nation is going to turn to idol gods and trust in ourselves and serve other gods. By doing so, the Most High going to get provoked. Because we broke the covenant. You can't tell me that ain't no diss song. A straight out diss song. Now you can go down and you can look at the other ones, and we're gonna see what's happening. But we jumped one, and but it goes on. So I want you to go read verse 21, because he finished dissing it out. But I just jumped down to verse 22. And Moses therefore wrote this song that same day and taught it to the children of Israel. Go read that song. I left out one. I left out 21 to where you can go read it for yourself. And read the diss song to you that he taught to us while we in the land of our enemies. This is a diss song that he wrote. He wrote a diss song for us. So you got rappers out there telling, man, we created diss songs. No. The Most High wrote a diss song way back then. Nothing new up under the sun. Hosea 10:13, and ye have plowed wickedness, have ye reaped iniquity? Yea, have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou trusted in thy way in the multitude of thy mighty men. Is not we have doing this? Are not we doing this today? We trust in men's power, in the men of liars, even like our president. And he'll sit there and tell you he ain't lying, and he lying. But the crazy part is, you got a lot of people who won't believe it. They'll believe that he's telling the truth, even though he's lying. And you just don't believe in it. People sit there and talk about how much they trust in this man. And they believe, and then swear up and down, this man is telling the truth. Where is my African American? Oh, there you go. Let's move on. And same as the garden, men and women, see, they desire to be wise. He really just become fools. Why? Because you're looking at, he's saying he have all this money and he don't, but you're going to say all these things that he has, and we want to be wise because you want to be on his level, and you ain't going to be on his level because guess what? You ain't going to have it because he's lying to you. So as you think he's telling you the truth, he actually lying. So as he's lying, you think he's telling you the truth, and then you believe it. That's how we became food for the world. This is how Eve got caught up. And then not only she did that, she fed it to her husband. Let's look at it. Genesis 3:6, it says, when a woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise. Oh yeah, when you be just like God, knowing the difference between good and evil, you're going to be just like him. Now, if the devil knew that he was going to be just like him, why he ain't there? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, dang, yeah, I never thought about that. Okay. If he's sitting there saying all this stuff about what you can be, why he ain't on that level? And he's telling you how to get on that level. And what happened? She took the fruit thereof. She bought it and ate, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Lies. Ate a whole bunch of mouthful of lies. If somebody tell you they're going to show you how to be a millionaire, and they not a millionaire, and you believe it, who's the fool? If somebody going to tell you how to be this great boxer and what they have done to make great boxers and not box and knowing the inner workings of it, who's the fool? See, tell you a short little thing. You have like Mayweather. I think you call him Big Money Mayweather. It's the same thing. Like, take just an example of him. Great fighter. Great fighter in what he did, still entertainment, food to them. However, People wonder why he was so great at what he did. He had an uncle called Black Mamba who taught him, was at ringside with him, who was a boxer. Black Mamba. Knew what to do. Keep that in mind. So he didn't become great just on his own. He had somebody who came that way and fed the same knowledge that he went through, and where his mistakes was, he showed him how to get around those mistakes. How he became great at what he does. Keep that in mind. So this is a problem that we need to understand. So they believed it, but the problem is not to understand. So self-pride in many of us, and we want to be gods. We like to replace God and call ourselves God. This is what we desire in many, and the Most High God gave us their desires. So if He gonna give us those desires because you want to do it, and you're gonna eat from your sin, and we're gonna be continual food as we are today, producing money ideas and giving it to them. Producing not $1 million companies, but such an entertainment industry, but $1 billion empires for them. Because of what? Because we believe we are gods, and we're not. We're sons of God. We are created in His image. We created in ideas to assist us. We are the children of the Most High God. However, they know this, and they're using us as their food. And it goes, and and He let it fall in the midst of their camp, round and about their habitation. Psalm 78, 20, 28. See, we let the devil in, not the Most High God. Our desire was to be gods, walking around saying we are gods and are not. You got people who like to walk around, what's up, God? What's up, God? And not knowing the scriptures. And we become the children of God, but we're given in His likeness and of Him through eternal life, as Most High God has. He has eternal life. He actually gives you that to get to eternal life. And however, do not make us God. At no part of the thing. We become sons of God. Why? Because we're given in His likeness. What is that? Eternal life. Do that make you God? No. That make you the Son of God. Same as my son. He's named after me. Do that make him me? No. He's my son. Not me. This is the problem. They teach contrary to this. Verse 29. So they did eat and were well filled, for He gave them of their own desire. So He let you go get this desire, because we believe we're gods and we're really people living in the tents of Shem, as they do today. You having people believe Israelis is the ones who's down there, and it tells you right in Genesis that they will live in the tents of Shem. It don't say these are Shem. They'll be in the tents of Shem. They're going to be living in that habitation. They're going to be living in that location. But we believe the Bible tells us contrary of your belief on what you see. Your desires are their desires. What? Food. Just a platter of food just laying up, to which they do. Eating life and you don't even know it. They refine it and refine it and refine it and have perfected it. They were not estranged from their lusts, but while their meat was yet in their mouths. We are given temporary fame in sports. Hall of Fame, they even make them HOFs, Hall of Famers. The ones that made them real good money. Almost like stuffing them and putting them up on a mantle. One of the great ones that they'll sit there, Michael Jordan. They'll put him up on a mantle, made billions. It got to a point to where any time the Bulls went to play anywhere, it was sold out. I don't care where he went, sold out. Billions made off this man. Billions. And what happened? It all got to come to an end. They got to bring in somebody new. Careers can go from 1 year to 15, sometimes 20 years, but it's going to come to an end. And their money will continue. The wrath of Yahweh come upon them, and slew the fatness of them, and smote down the chosen men of Israel. This do not please the Most High. Why? He had chosen men to promote this crap. These chosen men promotes this junk. Even Israel chosen men join in on this junk. So he would die his death. However, being shown pure knowledge of the word of the Most High. This is our problem. Revelations 22, and it says, and he showed me pure river of water of life. Pure river of water. Knowledge. Clear as crystal. It's clear as day. Proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and of the Lamb. Pure knowledge from the scriptures of the water of life, clear crystal. I'm talking about clear and crystal coming from the throne of the Most High God. We will be drinking water and not be eating anymore. But what we do, we put down that, and we want to get the dirty water. We want to get that dirty one. That's what we're going to eat on. And in the midst of the streets of it, on either side of the river, there is the tree of life, which bear what? 12 manner of fruits, yielding her fruits every month, and leaves in the trees in the healing of the nations. Most people need to understand this. But most people are not going to get it. But we're going to touch on it. But I'm going to break it more down in the back, but I won't do it up in the front. But these 12 manner of fruit is to talk about the 12 tribes. And each one of those tribes is yielding their fruits every month. And from those tribes, those are people that's being harvested from those certain tribes. That's all this is saying. See, in the leaves of the tree, the leaves, understand what you are. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. That's all we are. See, I'm just a leaf trying to heal you. That's it. Am I important? No. My leaf gonna fall one day itself. It's gonna die. And another leaf gonna take over. This is common. But if you take it in and take in the information that's being taught, you can have the water of life. The 12 manner of fruit, those 12 tribes, and they're yielding fruit from each of those tribes every month. We're being woke up in record numbers. Oh, they see it. They're not going to talk about it because they're going to try to keep it quiet, but they see it. Record numbers that's coming out. However, the leaves in the tree are the pastors according to the Most High heart, and healing the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 nations. So let's break this down to the simplest of a leaf. Let's look at this. And it says, Will thy break a leaf driven to and fro? Will you? Job 13:25. Will thou break a leaf driven to and fro? And will thou pursue the dry stubble? So will you separate from the person that's teaching and preaching and propelled and motivated by the Most High God of Israel to the ends of the earth, to the other end? And will pursue vanity? Will you? Vanity will be your feed and your prey and the fruit that you will feed on day to day, week after week, year after year. Many are driven from the sound of the leaf. This is what we need to understand, y'all. And upon them are left alive of you, and I will send a faintness into their hearts in the land of their enemies. You see how he constantly saying enemies. Don't matter, I don't care. You're going to find enemies and you're going to have friendships in some of those. They're still enemies. In the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them. That's what many of us are doing today. And they shall flee as fleeing from a sword, and shall fall none when pursueth, when none pursueth. See, we got to understand something. We always like to show outside. It's what's inside. This is why people tattoo themselves on the outside, put rings and necklaces and crosses on, trying to show who they are. It's what you are on the inside. And it tells you, Sirach 6:2, and it says, install not thyself in counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull staring alone. A bull alone. See, when you have a counsel in your own heart, see, even a bull, and a bull weigh a ton, and he's strong. But be not torn into pieces compared as a bull staring alone. See, even this bull will get taken out. Meaning what? Verse 3, and thou shalt eat up thy leaves, and lose thy fruit, and leave thyself in as a dry tree. No, I know it's hitting a lot of people now. See, because they're going to eat up the leaves, the people who have the knowledge of the Bible and see the fruits where it's not outside, but it's inside what you need to get in. We need to stop trying to look holy and just be holy. Preachers putting on collars outwardly, showing they're holy. Putting on robes, oh, they're holy. This is the wolf with his bib on, getting ready to feed off of you. That's the lure they're wearing the cross, showing them the type of flesh you are. The choice white meat or dark meat. Baby back, legs or breast or the wing or the neck. Tattooed all everywhere, wearing the so-called fruit to show what kind of choice meat you are for them to eat. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. If you appear to compare like the dry tree, they wouldn't even look over your way. Yeah, see, we getting ready to get a little bit more serious now. See, because verse 4, it says, and the wicked soul shall destroy him that have it, and shall make him to be laughed and scorned of his enemies. And it trips them out. Because the wicked one see you have fruit and it will destroy you. And the enemy laugh you to scorn because you want to appear holy in the outside, showing your fruitful, and you're not. They just looking at you as fruit. They just looking at more food on the table. Let's look at it. Sirach 4:17. It says, all flesh waxeth old as a garment. All flesh going to get old just like a garment will. It's going to wear out and it's going to deteriorate. For the covenant from the beginning is, thou shalt die the death. Mean what? You're going to die. You're going to get old. You're going to die. It's because it's unavoidable. All flesh will get old and die, just like a garment. Remember the covenant? Actually, even in Ezekiel 28:10. Actually, I don't have this in my teeth, but it just came. But Ezekiel 28:10, it says, Ezekiel 28:10, it says, thou shalt die the death of uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, says Yahweh God. That's pretty much what it says. Not verbatim, but go see it, but that's what it says. Why? Knowledge is your key. Knowledge is the key. Why? As a green leaf on a thick tree, some fall and some grow. So the generation of flesh and blood, one cometh to an end and another is born. Same as I'm saying even with me. And we have other teachers that's coming along. Our life's going to come to one day as an end. We all wish a long, happy, luxurious life, but one day it's going to come to an end. But another one's going to be born. And he's going to be more dangerous than what you already had at present. See, in the trees of Yahweh will fall, and some will grow, some will teach, and they were going to die that death, and another that come and born. So we need to actually learn the parable that even Yahweh did, and we need to learn the parable of the fig tree. And many gonna mix that up. Learning what? Let's look at it. And it says, on the morrow they went and would come to Bethany, and he was hungry. Who was hungry? Yahweh. But most people gonna tell you the teaching on the fig tree in a twisted way. But you getting ready to figure out the actual parable of the fig tree. Let's go through it. And he says, seeing the fig tree afar off having leaves. Understand, seeing the tree having seeing a fig tree afar off having leaves. Understand what he's saying. He came. If happening. Understand what he's saying. If providing. You get that? Providing. Happen by chance. Happening by chance. He already know they're not there. Are you with me on this? Seeing the fig tree far off, having leaves. See the leaves, but saying he came. If providing, happening. All that's saying by chance, by luck, by accident. He might. You already know they're not going to be there, but some just might be there. They're on. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves. For that time of the figs was not yet. He already knew this. But the other doctrine teachers that teach you contrary to what's going to happen to the tree. Let's move forward. And Yahweh answered and said, no man eat fruit there of thee hereafter forever. And the disciples heard it. No man gonna eat of this tree. So what did he mean by that? Let's learn and understand the parable in plain view to his disciples. See, because they're going to always teach this, especially in a Christian church, they're going to teach this completely different than what it actually is. Never going to teach you what it's actually saying. Let's move down. Let's jump down. Let's go jump down some. And then verse 11, because we're going to go, verse 20, we're going to go down some and get past, because he did some things, then it came back. So we We done went past that. Now we coming back. Now it says, and in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. They saw this fig tree dried up the next morning as they passed by from the roots. But watch this. And Peter, calling to remembrance, said unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursest is withered away. What part in here that we need to understand here? It's the last part. The fig tree which thou cursest withered away. Or did he curse the tree? See, Peter remembered this. But this is the learning moment of the outward and inward appearance. See, you got to remember, he knew fruit wasn't on the tree when he got there. He said, but just could happen, it could have fruit on it. He wasn't looking for fruit to be there, but he said it could be. Same as Eve casted her untimely figs to a mighty wind. So we got to look at this. So we got to break some of this down. Verse 22, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, have faith in God. You see that? That's all he said. Have faith in God. Peter said, the fig tree which thou cursest and withereth away, and Yahweh only he said is, have faith in God. He didn't even say nothing else. You have faith in God? Another reason we need to understand this parable. Let's go over here with Matthew 24. You're going to get some understanding. Now learn the parable of the fig tree when his branches is yet tender and put forth leaves. We've been talking about leaves all day. Put forth these leaves, ye know that summer is near. See, we have teachers and preachers are leaves. So you know his coming is close. Because a lot of y'all waking up. Are you with me? Let's go on a little bit deeper. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Meaning what? Verse 34, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So the gospel must be preached. The word must go forth in the fulfillment to all Israel. Saying what? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Really? Meaning what? The same as the fig tree. Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, let's break it down. The same as he said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Did not the fig tree? The same as the fig tree. Did you see with your own eyes passed away the very next day? However, the word of God never passed away. Impossible for this to happen. But of the day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. We do not know the day or the hour. Many will lie and tell you about, however, Yahweh or angels of heaven don't know. Only the Father knows when he will end this current world. The people of this world will feed us off us like fruit, injecting as with steroids into something to increase production. It is not what's on the outside that matters. It's what's on the inside. You see, the fig tree had leaves on it, but it didn't have no fruit there. Why? Because it's what dwells in you, not what dwells on the outside of you. Goes on more. John 14, it says, 14:17, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not. You don't even see him. Why? Because it's in you. He goes on more, neither know of him. Why? Because it's in you. But ye know him. How? For he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. Are you with me? This is what the thing is. This is what the problem is. People want to appear on the outside, but it's what's on the inside. See, he came to his own received him not. You remember that? It's what's on the inside. And let's see what he was full of. Let's look at John 1:14. And it says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. So what Yahweh came in the flesh, but what spirit rested in him was the Spirit of God. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as comparing as only begotten of the Father. But let's see what he was full of. He was full of grace, and he was full of truth. It was on the inside, not what you're seeing on the outside. This is why many don't know him. This is why we had a problem today. This is why we go through the issues we go through. Romans 8:9, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If, providing so be that the Spirit of God dwells in you. See, it's in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he's none of his. You see how clear this is? See, it's not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. So if you don't have that on the inside, he's telling you clear as day. You're none of his. You're not his. It's what dwells in you. You're not his. You're a child of Satan. It makes it clear. But it goes on more. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead. So that makes you dead, the body, and you're going to live in the Spirit because of sin, because the Spirit of life is because of righteousness. And righteousness is going to make your flesh dead. It's clear. You're dead outwardly, however, on the inside, you're living. Same as the fruit. He went there looking for fruit. He knew shouldn't be no fruit there because it's early. So if it was producing fruit early, what is it doing? Is it doing it on its own time, or is it doing it according to the time or when he comes? Oh, now I'm starting to see that fruit tree a little bit better. Yeah, that's what's happening. If you come there and see his fruit, and it's not time, why is it producing fruit that early? Time is not yet. Let alone be ready to eat. Same as when she casted her untimely fruit and was shaken by a mighty wind. Are you with me? See, these are things we got to understand. This is why everything has to have the understanding and know exactly what is happening all the time. All right? So, we want to go through some more, and dead outwardly, but inside we're alive. Verse 11, but if the Spirit of him that rises up Yahushua from the dead dwelleth in you. See, it's still in you. It's not dwelling outside of you, it's dwelling inside of you. He raises up Christ from the dead, so all shall also quicken your mortal bodies by the Spirit that dwelleth in you. In you. The Spirit that raises up the dead. Meaning what? Job 24. While seeing times is not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? So many of us have said this before. Meaning what? Some remove the landmarks and violently taken away the flocks and feed thereof. So this is what they do. They're going to take your property, remove landmarks, take your property, make your lot smaller, even though when you purchased it, they come violently take away your flock, and you can't do nothing about it. Why? Because you're food for them. They're gonna make the laws fit them always. This is what they do. They make everything fit them. Not for you. You're food. Food don't have a choice. Food don't have a voice. They drive away the asses of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. It don't even belong to them, but this is what they do. They're going to make the laws fit them. You work to provide money and stability, and they run off. They take away your husband. They put them in jail, unlawfully kill them, and just for being black. Destroying him, putting him back, putting black women over them in the workforce, making black men misuse the power, in some cases even assist to destroying the black man. This way they can continue to feed off this $1.2 trillion yearly food for the children and their children and their children's children. This is what they do. It goes on more. And they turn the needy out of the way and the poor to the earth and hide for themselves. Are you understanding this? See, because Eve wanted that power. So the easiest way to do it, read the book. You see, Eve wanted it. So what they do, they put some of the sisters in these superpower positions. And now she can rule over her man. She's in this president or CFO, whatever position she's in. She's in a powerful position. And now she rules over her husband. Who are you telling me like that? I make this more than you. Get on. Destroy your house. To continue to drive that force. This is the game those secret societies play with you. See, there's more ways to skin a cat. And if they need to sit there and play with that mind control, the same as many brothers, it was hard for them to get in colleges, but they made it a lot easier for the sisters to get in. Educate them. Put them above the brother. Cause more problems in that household. This is all they do. It's mind control. Then when the sister comes home, who are you telling me something? This is the problem. Verse 5. Behold, compare wild asses in the desert. They go forth in their work, rising bedtimes for prey. In the wilderness yieldeth food for who? Them, and for their children. I don't know what we're missing here, because this is all clear. We are being literally geared for them, for food for them. And when we're going to wake up, because our main thing is, we're going to hear the whole conclusion of this entire matter. We need to fear God, keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man. This is what our duty is. And we do that, we will be on a whole nother tip. So what I want to do, we want to understand a lot of this that went on and get what's happening. I was trying to switch it, what's going on right now. And I got a little bit of time. I'm going to try to come off in about 20 minutes. because I got to prepare for the show for after Sabbath will be on 12 o'clock my time, so it could be 1, 2, or 3 o'clock your time. So we have another show coming up, which would be real good. So if you get a chance, please check it out. We appreciate it. And we dealing with topics, basically dealing with Israel. And that's what we're holding on to. So it's going to be a pretty good show. And hopefully you can join back with us. You'll see it showing there, but you see the icon there, but just don't really pay attention to the icon that you see there, because there's going to be another icon that you're going to see. So if you just go to the King James Bible University site itself, and you'll see live going to pop up, and then you just go to that one, and then that one you'll be able to join in on. So don't sit on the one that you see there. Just go to the site, and then you'll see what is actually going on. So I'll take a few questions before we move over, and I want to see what is happening. And hey, I appreciate it, Sister Rhonda, and thank you. I appreciate it. So if we have any questions, we should be pretty good. And then also, for good guys, for a lot of you guys have a chance, you can go to the homepage of King James Bible University YouTube page. Look over to the right, you'll see over there where you'll see NC King James Bible University over there with Michael T. Hill. Please go over there, join, support that brother. That brother has a lot of stuff to where he's bringing out some teachings on. And I really hope that you guys go over there, support him. So if you can go over there, we have pretty much, I don't know the number that we really have here. If everybody that's on here right now, click over there when you get a chance. Go over there, join that brother, check out some of that brother teaching, because he actually puts out teachings during the week. So please help him out. Join up, brother over there teaching truth. Brother's good on them precepts, and please check him out. So trying to see. Let me see. Yes, I appreciate it. And sister, thank you. And I appreciate it. Trying to see how you know the Spirit is with them. And how does one know if the Spirit is with them? Well, that's something you pretty much know. And if when he commands you to do something, that's something that will always bear with you and always bear in your conscious state and always let you know. That's one way of knowing. But if you can do something and have no conscience of it, you know it's pretty much not with you. Yes. And Sister Molly, I wanted to make sure that you in there, because if not, actually I'm gonna post it still. I'm gonna post the information inside your I'm gonna inbox you on the chat side to where I'll make sure you have access to get in. And do I need to get baptized with water too? Yes. You do have a lot of camps out there teaching you that you don't need to be baptized with water, but that's the lie that they teach, and that is not true. It is actually, you actually have to be baptized in the water. And some of this is moving fast, so I'm trying to see who is checked out. Can you please say the name of the gentleman you said to check out? Oh, that's brother. That's Elder Mike T. Hill. But you're not gonna see it there. You're gonna see it gonna say NC King James Bible University. If you look over on the right side of the King James Bible University YouTube page, you'll see right there, and it's under featured. It's under the featured areas. You go right there, you can click right on it, and it'll go right over to him. Go over there, support him. I believe you can even subscribe from my page to him, even from my page. So you check it out, please do, because the brother's all right. He's all right. The brother deep in the truth, and there's a lot I can say about that brother, but he's passionate. The Most High is with him, and he like to make sure that he get truth, and this brother's on fire. So please check him out. And And look at this. I'm trying to catch some. I'm trying to see. Actually, you guys are firing. And I need to get baptized. Yeah. Yeah. If you're not with water, if you haven't been with water, yeah, you need to. Hello. Can we wear our wedding rings and acknowledge our marriage? Don't get caught up in the legalistics, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to get you caught up in the legalistics, and don't worry about that. That's something you tell them to show you in the scriptures where you don't supposed to do that. So the Bible don't actually talks about it, but the main thing is they want to tell you that's Babylonian and all this and that. But the same thing is you go out and you showing your love to your husband, as your husband showing your love to his wife, and to make her, if it makes her more comfortable, to where she see that you having that there, same as a fringe. I look at this, so same thing when I look at my ring. I know, well, I'll tell you what, I have a wife. I'm happy. I love her. Listen, it's clear. But you have dudes who tell you, no, you shouldn't wear this. They do that for shady reasons. And yeah, my sister, no, we're going to be doing after Sabbath live. So I won't be, so after I come off here, I'm going to go eat. And then I'm gonna do the show. Yeah, and you baptized at the Christian, at a Baptist church. I would be rebaptized, because you being baptized under a doctrine. Yeah. Somebody telling you, hey, Elder Mike Hill is the real and the truth of the word. Yeah. He's a powerful brother. Check him out. Yeah. That repopulation of the world after the world of the flood. I do those teachings kind of in the back. I don't do them up in the front. But hopefully, we'll change it and do it another way. Do our teachings. Yeah, actually, we might be having some brother going up there doing teachings in Jamaica to do the teachings there. So that's something was already leaning on us, and something which might be coming too. So just stay tuned for that. And can we acknowledge our birthdays and anniversaries? Okay, another thing which a lot of people like to hold on to, a teaching that is done in with Herod now, where on the birthday, which that's something that they acknowledge on that, which you also see in the Bible. You never see Hebrews actually acknowledging their Bible, but they keep an acknowledging of their age. So technically, acknowledging and celebration is two different things. So people, want to throw birthday parties and all that. I don't get it. But you're acknowledging your birthday. The Bible don't say anything about it. Same as Moses. He died when he was 120. Moses died on his birthday. So so it just depends. But the main thing is, I wouldn't do it in a heathenistic way. If that's something that you're going to get into, I don't get into the where people might acknowledge. You might say, well, I'm gonna take my wife on her 30th birthday. I'm gonna take her here. What's the problem? That's the whole thing. What is the problem? But people tell you don't do certain things. So, but far as sitting there where you're going out doing these big elaborate, that makes no sense, because that's doing kind of what they do. And is our economy tied into each other Yeah, I don't quite understand what you mean, Courtney. And yeah, if you find it difficult to go into church for lack of the truth, why are you going in there? That's the point. That's the whole point. Yes, the truth is not there. And if you was baptized by any church, you was baptized under their doctrine. That's clear. And do you need to be baptized again? Yeah. It's the same as you can take the same thing when John, man of God, and when they asked who are you baptized, we were baptized under John baptism. What happened? They had to be baptized again. They were baptized under Yahweh Shai. No, we actually no, I'm gonna eat as soon as I come off of here, and then we're gonna be doing after Sabbath live. After that at 12. I believe you have to get baptized in the sin and walk no more in the. I don't even know what you're talking about. The way you saying it, the way you got that written out, Tupac. I don't even see the way you got it written out. Well, the Sabbath, going on the go to a football game or a basketball game on the Sabbath, relaxing, game on the Sabbath. As long as we don't buy, yeah, just see that again. They almost try to go legalistic. If that's a form of your relaxation, I don't see that. I don't see the issue in that. And that's just telling you me. But you're supposed to be actually reflecting on what the Sabbath is for you. And what the Sabbath is for you is to obey his commandments, reflecting on that, going through his word and things of that nature. Not technically doing everything else. So people will go and do other things besides getting the word and this and that. But far as that's if you just sitting there saying, hey, on the Sabbath I'm gonna go to the game, and he tell you to rest, and mainly he wants you to get some more of his word, and then you just mainly focusing on I'm going to this game. You actually got it backwards. Yeah, I need to be baptized. Should it be in living water, like a spring or a river? Some people do it that way. You can also do it in a pool. So you can do it in either one. And are we as Israelites to vote in elections? Again, that goes legalistic. So now that's again where people try to give opinions what you should and what you shouldn't do. Yeah, I can't get knowledge of all the feast days. I teach us part of it in the back, and basically, again, it's just like the Day of Atonement. Just this past week, a lot of people was out there teaching, literally teaching it incorrectly. Day of Atonement, which is Yom Kippur, which they try to teach on, which is actually a Jewish traditional holiday that they actually teach on, which you shouldn't even be celebrating Day of Atonement. But they're going to teach you contrary to that, which is completely wrong. Which you same again, you're only going to find atonement only in the New Testament one time. However, you'll see where he tells you a day to go do it, but he did that something to where he reconciled you to him once and for all. So once you come to that knowledge, you turn into the first works. If you continue every year to go for a Day of Atonement, you continually going because you keep doing the same sins. So why are you going to even have a Day of Atonement for you to continue to do the same sins? It actually goes stupid, but that's beside the point. But literally, I'm gonna start doing a couple of teachings on some of the feast days and what's happening, because some, I'm talking about the way people teach them is literally stupid. The Council of Nicaea, yeah, could have, but I get into it. I would just want to get some of the most dominant boys out there. Yeah, and haven't did the part 2 on the swine. Haven't did it yet, but we'll be doing it. And no, 10 funerals on Saturdays. Normally, what happens is no, you don't supposed to at all. You can even see where Yahushua was in the sepulcher before the Sabbath day they left. But however, what actually happens with people, sometimes most people don't know, or if you have a family member don't know. I tell you what I do. So most times if they don't know, you might attend that funeral, but you're going to let them know, hey, this is not me. So if you guys have another one, or you let them know ahead, if you guys going to bury somebody on the Sabbath day, I can't attend it. That's the easiest way. So if they decide that no matter what, I'm going to still have it, then they already know you're not coming. So what you do, go early Friday, go there and do your departs, and you depart. Easiest way to do it. So some people going to get upset, but it's not, I'd rather for them to be upset than have the Most High upset. So some people going to get upset even when you do that, but you just let them know, hey, I can't attend it. And that's the easiest way. Okay, John Williams, I don't know why you're up here posting scriptures. So, and I don't need those scriptures there. Yeah. Yeah, what feast days? See, that's the catch. You got to find out what feast days is done, because people teach it in different ways. But when they teach it, you got to make sure everything is in that one book, not have them going into other books. That's the catch. And that's why we're going to teach on a couple of them. And explain 68 Yah and Exodus 6:4 Jehovah, basically just shortenings of the names and different writers. It's actually just plain. One speak, one to write same thing. You'll see Jeremy, same way you see other ones say Jeremiah. It's no difference. And this is a serious inquiry. I really don't get what a woman's position is. If a man's position is the head, what are his roles in comparison to what is expected of a woman? You need to really explain what you're actually saying. So this here, what is his role in comparison to what is expected of a woman? Yeah, that's almost like a blanket statement. So a blanket question. Yeah, the knowledge of the strangers is nothing but is all Ham children. So when you look in the Bible, you see strangers there, you know who he's talking about. Same as you see Japhet, Gentiles, Shem, Israelites are also Hebrews. Strangers, Ham. It's plain. It's right in the Bible. So later on, as you continue to go through the Bible, you see strangers there. That's who he's talking about. He's talking about one of Ham's children, descendants from Ham, so they can be many Amorites. There'll be different people, but those are the strangers. Yeah, they telling you don't wear the feast. I was told by the camp. Okay, tell them to show you in scripture. So again, you're telling you something not to do that's in the Bible, but not show you no scripture. That's why it's important when somebody tell you not to do something, show it to you. That's why sometimes you see, I'll tell you, this is me. It's coming from me, not from the Bible. Yeah, I might can. I might can share that. 1 second. Let me see. I probably can. And it should have went in there. It should have went in there. And apply. Yeah, I'm assuming the same would apply to a wedding on the Sabbath, correct? Yes. My niece is getting married, and I may have to miss it. Saying the same thing. If it's after 6, you're good. If it's before 6, you got a problem. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Assembly. God. Yeah, it's under Yahushua name. It's actually, you're being baptized under Yahushua, which you're being baptized under salvation. Technically, all you're doing. And he's telling you he's your salvation, so it's one of the same. Yeah. Let's see. Who are the Moabites today? Moabites is from the plains of Moab, and you're still talking about those are still coming from Lot, but still, Ruth was not a Moabite. That's what you think from Moab. She was from the plains of Moab, which is still from Israel. I live in Texas. I keep the Sabbath from 8 to 8. Saturday and Saturday should it be from 6 to, it should be from Friday 6 p.m. to Saturday 6 p.m. So keeping it on from 8 to 8, you're actually a couple hours off. So don't try to match your times to somebody else's another state time. Match your times in the location where you are. Yeah, you should be keeping it from 6 to 6 in your time. So I'm gonna get ready to go off because I'm gonna get ready to go eat. So let me see. Overall question. is where do we get baptized? Yeah, see, actually, I'm still trying to get something worked because I have some people I have to do even here. So, and I'm trying to make sure we get that settled as soon as this one sister can nail down her date, because if not, I'm going to have to go ahead and move forward. So, the only thing I can say right now is just send me an email. But I'm going to have to take care of some within the next week or two, because I'm going to have no choice. And she keep giving me sporadic dates. No, Chinese are not... Just, yeah, Chinese are not Moabites. Yeah, the sabotage you're gonna be keeping in your country, not trying to match somebody else in another state. What some do, some like to match the time that's back in Israel. Some do that, but you got to sporadically them do it. And to prepare meals on the Sabbath, some people prepare meals. Actually, got one being prepared, but it's not being prepared with heat. So actually, it's going to be something normally cold or something to that nature. Pretty much what it's going to be. Yeah, one can't baptize himself. Well, why is 6 p.m. the start of Sabbath? Well, he tell you from evening to morning. That's right there in Genesis. And actually, the Bible tells you all the time. So these are questions that should be straightforward. I already should have answer to. So, trying to see. Okay, again, how do you explain being baptized with the word and fire, since if he was baptized last, okay, you need to actually prove that. If he was baptized last, how was Paul baptizing people in Acts? So a lot of this stuff is kind of rhetorical, because they were still baptizing people. So when people sit there baptized with fire, where they try to hold on to an ideology, which makes no sense. So make sure all precepts tie together. So if you still seeing people still being baptized, I don't know what part we're missing here. Yeah, no, the words do it say when baptizing themselves, they purify themselves. That, I don't use it, but microwave, I know some people do. I don't. So I'm just saying, I don't. It's a form of electrical current heat, so I don't use it. Okay, I was having trouble. Okay, 6 o'clock. I don't know what part trying to determine. It's plain. Yeah, well, we welcome you over here, my brother. Most people don't come over here by mistake. Yeah, I'm going to be coming off in 2 minutes. I'm going to come off. And look like that is it. Yeah. So it looks like that will be it. And then so if Okay. Yeah, so I see you asking, since John said, I baptize you with water, Yahweh shall baptize you with the word, it's true. And you popped on to video screen. I don't get that. And then we got, why are you asking, since John said baptize you with fire, so why still use water? Well, same thing. The Bible actually describes that, but I see you want to hold on to your doctrine. So you hold on to your doctrine and see where it's going to end you up. Because as I said, even Paul was still baptizing with water. But same thing I said. One, you need to know what fire means. Two, you need to understand what John was saying. And I see clearly you don't understand it. And actually, let me look for this one. Let me see real quick. Let's see real quick. And actually, let's go over here to, if you look at Acts 8:36, it says, when they was on their way, they came to a certain water, and the eunuch said, see, here is water, and he doeth hinder me to be baptized. And what you tell me what happened? And it's right, verse 37, and Philip said, if thou believest in thy heart, thou mayest answer, and believe in Yahweh, the Son of God. He commanded him, and the chariot stood, and they went down in both to the water. And actually, let me just show you that. Let me just show you this so you can get what we're saying. 1 second. Let's just get this. I need to pull it over here. Let me get this here. So, same as it said right here. And it says, and the eunuch answered Philip, said, I pray thee, of whom speaketh the prophets this? So you see you in Acts 8. It's telling you, so past was, Yahweh is already dead. It said, then Philip opened his mouth and began the same scripture and preached unto him Yahweh. And as they went on their way, they came unto a certain water, and the eunuch said, see, here is water. They did hinder me to be baptized. And Philip said, if thou believest in all thy heart, thou mayest. And he answered and said, I believe that Yahweh is the Son of God. He commanded him in the chariot to stand still, and they went down both into the water, and both Philip and the eunuch, and he did what? You tell me. This is the game I know other camps like to play. So really learn your own games. Because if he was still baptizing in water, and you saying that was wrong, you need to go back in time and tell him he did that wrong, and that he got it all jacked up. So that's something you need to ask. So this is the problem that you saying that's why you ask and teach. First learn first understand the Bible before you. The Bible have no contradictions, and if it's saying what you saying, the Bible has a contradiction. because then that would have been a contradiction. So technically that's what you're saying, and the Bible don't have contradiction. But what happens is people go and get this much knowledge and go to a camp and get that much more knowledge, and then they become the teachers, or they become the most knowledgeable person in the Bible and actually don't know it. And this is actually what you're doing. So, the same thing is when I come into contact with people who want to put themselves in positions of teachers, this is actually how I will talk to them. I talk to them in a more aggressive manner, because this here is actually where you try to get people to believe in something that you're not. But you don't know what you're actually talking about, because you're showing contradictions automatically. But you believe that you only can be baptized in fire, which you show me that. But same as I just showed you that, you go anything contrary to that, you're going to actually show a contradiction. No, that's what you were saying. See, now you're trying to change it, saying, no, brother, I'm saying, are you wrong? I wanted better understanding. No, you came off a different way. But just as I said, so I'm going to drop it from that point, because that's something I don't get into. And yep, you are correctly right. So it is time for me to go eat. And Sister Forham, I don't need my brother to and I got a deacon who can get on me. So I'm actually going to end it, before it comes. So I'm gonna come off, but we will be back on in a little bit. So with that, I wish that everybody had a great, a good understanding of what was going on through the scriptures, but don't get caught up to where we're going to continue to be food for them and understand it. That's another purpose why we're doing After Sabbath Live, to where you can understand other tactics on how they do and what they do. So with that, I bid each and every person a shalom.